Today, we're looking at some absolutely mad PC game deals. And honestly, this month's Humble Choice is looking like one of the best value bundles we've had in a while. You're getting a full lineup of games for around the price of one small indie game, and there are some proper heavy hitters in here. Then after that, I've got two more deals I want to show you. One is Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition, which is honestly still one of the best open world games ever made, and the price right now is ridiculous. And then we'll finish with Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, a new mech action deal that is way cheaper than I expected, especially for a game like this. As always, prices can change, so check the links in the description before buying, but at the time of making this video, these are some seriously strong deals. First up, let's talk about the main deal, and that's this month's Humble Choice. For May 2026, the bundle includes Diablo 4, Shin Megami Tensei, 5 Vengeance, Crysis 3 Remastered, Heroes of Hammerwatch 2, Nordhold, Rogue Waters, Cubic Odyssey, and Mini Settlers. That is a crazy mix. You've got big action RPGs, JRPGs, shooters, roguelites, strategy games, city builders, and survival-style open-world stuff, all in one bundle. The big thing to mention straight away is Diablo 4. This is the headline game for a lot of people. Now, just so you know, this one is listed as a Battle.net key, not a Steam key, so don't go into it expecting everything to redeem on Steam. But even with that, Diablo 4 being included here is still a big deal. It's a massive action RPG, it has that dark Blizzard style, loads of loot, loads of builds, different classes, dungeons, bosses, and that constant loop of making your character stronger. If you've been curious about Diablo 4 but didn't want to pay full price, this bundle makes it way easier to jump in. Next up is Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance, and this is honestly one of the strongest games in the bundle. This is a huge JRPG from Atlas. If you like Persona, Pokemon-style demon collecting, turn-based combat, big stories, and games where your team builds really matter, this is a proper pickup. The combat is stylish, the demons look amazing, and there's a lot of depth here. You're building your party, fusing demons, targeting enemy weaknesses, and trying to survive in a dark, ruined version of Tokyo. For JRPG fans, this alone could make the bundle worth it. Then we've got Crysis 3 Remastered. This is a fast-paced first-person shooter with the nano suit, stealth, powers, big weapons, and some really good-looking environments. Crysis has always been known for pushing graphics, and the remastered version gives the game a nice modern touch. It's one of those games where you can go loud, use stealth, cloak yourself, use the bow, and just mess around with the sandbox combat. If you want something cinematic and action heavy, this is a great addition to the bundle. Next is Heroes of Hammerwatch 2. This one is for people who like roguelite action RPGs. You're going into randomly generated levels, fighting loads of enemies, collecting gear, upgrading your hero, and making progress even when you die. It's got that just one more run feeling. You upgrade, go back in, get a little stronger, push a little further, and before you know it, you've lost a few hours. This is a really good game to have in a bundle because it's easy to jump into, and it's the sort of game that can keep you playing for ages. Then we've got Nordhold. This is a tower defense and strategy game with a cozy Nordic village style. You're building up your economy, placing towers, upgrading, defending your settlement, and trying to survive wave after wave. What I like about this type of game is that it looks simple at first, but then the strategy starts opening up. You're thinking about where to place things, what to upgrade, and how to balance growth with defense. If you like tower defense games, this looks like a really nice one to have in the bundle. Next is Rogue Waters, and this one is a pirate tactical roguelite. You're commanding your crew, getting into ship battles, boarding enemies, fighting on deck, upgrading your ship and your team, and trying to make each run stronger than the last. It's got that pirate theme, but with tactical turn-based combat, so it's not just button mashing. You need positioning, planning, and good use of your crew. This is one of those smaller games in the bundle that could end up being a hidden gem. Then there's Cubic Odyssey. This is an open-world adventure where you explore planets, craft tools, build vehicles, collect resources, and fight back against the red darkness. It's got that survival crafting feel, but with a colourful sci-fi look. So if you like exploring, building, mining, crafting, and just getting lost in a world, this is another solid game in the bundle. It gives the bundle a bit more variety as well because it's not just shooters and RPGs. And finally, we've got Mini Settlers. This is a minimalistic city builder where you settle islands, build up towns, create production chains, and manage logistics. It's the type of game that looks clean and simple, but once you start optimizing everything, it can become really addictive. So overall, this humble choice has a really strong mix. Diablo 4 for the big action RPG crowd, Shin Megami Tensei 5, Vengeance for JRPG fans, Crysis 3 for shooter fans, Heroes of Hammerwatch 2 and Rogue Waters for roguelite players, and then Nordhold, Cubic Odyssey, and Mini Settlers for strategy and building fans. For the price, this is amazing value. Now let's move on to the next deal, and this one is Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition on Green Man Gaming. This is one of those games I will always recommend when it goes cheap, because Sleeping Dogs is genuinely one of the most underrated open world games ever made. You play as Wei Shen, an undercover cop trying to take down the triads from the inside, and the whole game has this brilliant crime drama feel. It's not just another open world game where you're running around doing random missions. There's actually a really strong story here, and Wei Shen is a great main character. The thing that still makes Sleeping Dogs stand out is the combat. The hand-to-hand fighting is so satisfying. It has that martial arts movie feel where you're countering enemies, throwing people into walls, using the environment and smashing through groups of enemies in brutal fights. The combat is much more personal than something like GTA. You're not just shooting everyone from cover, you're in the middle of the street, fighting 5 or 6 guys at once, timing counters, breaking arms, slamming enemies into shop shutters, and it still feels great today. The Hong Kong setting is also brilliant. The neon streets, the markets, the rain, the traffic, the food stalls, the music. It all gives the game so much atmosphere. It feels different from a lot of other open world games because the city has its own identity, and because this is the definitive edition, you're getting the improved version with all the previously released DLC included, so it's the complete package. At this price, it's honestly a no-brainer if you've never played it. If you like open world games, crime stories, martial arts, car chases, street races, and that undercover cop movie vibe, Sleeping Dogs is absolutely worth grabbing. It's one of those games where every time it goes on sale, I think more people need to talk about it. Now, the last deal I want to show you is Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion on Loaded. This is a newer mech action game, and the current price I found is seriously low compared to the normal Steam price. If you're into mechs, fast combat, customization, flying around, big weapons, and anime-style sci-fi action, this is definitely worth a look. In Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion, you pilot a customizable arsenal. You can change your weapons, your loadout, your look, and build the mech around how you want to play. You can go heavy, you can go fast, you can focus on melee, guns, missiles, or mix everything together. That's the main appeal here, the customization and the feeling of building your own machine of destruction. The game also opens things up more than the older titles. You're not just stuck in small arenas, you can explore on land and in the air, fly across the map, fight mechanical and organic enemies, and take on big boss battles. There's also online co-op for up to 3 players, so if you've got friends who are into mech games, that makes it even better. Now, I will say, this is probably more of a deal for mech fans. If you don't like this type of game, it might not suddenly change your mind, but for people who enjoy Armored Core style customization, anime sci-fi, and fast robot combat, this is a really interesting pickup at this price. And for only a few pounds, I think this becomes much easier to recommend because you're getting a big modern mech action game for the price of a coffee. So there we go, those are 3 deals I wanted to highlight today. The humble choice this month is packed with value. Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition is still an absolute classic and ridiculously cheap, and Daemon X Machina Titanic Scion is a great low price pickup for mech fans. Let me know in the comments which one you're grabbing, or if there are any other deals you think I should cover next. And if you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all on the next one.